One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to transition that song slowly into the stream, just to keep it rolling a little bit longer, just to keep it going. I fucking love that song, man. I still need to make a new intro so bad, though. We can't be using Thread Guy's intro. It is my video, but his stream is like, it's such a legendary intro. I want him to use it. Chad, how we doing? God, it's such a weird spot in the market, man. I want to see if we got some of the board of directors in here, some OG Pump Fun streamer watchers in here, because there's actually some Pump Fun news I want to talk about. This is kind of crazy. We finally are getting, I don't know if you can say it's unanimously good news yet for Pump Fun, but we're starting to get news, at least. At the very least, there's things happening on Pump Fun. My hat's sideways. There's things happening at least on Pump Fun. Someone in the chat said my old videos are getting deleted. I have no idea what's happening. I hate that I have to like repeat this at the beginning of every single Pump Fun stream, but as they figure this out, like there's just so many moving parts still. It feels like for this platform and what they're trying to do. Like I want to go through this acquisition today, but it feels like, I don't know. My thesis on this is still like, this is going to be such a long-term play. If streaming works, if what they're doing works, I have a, where's the bookmark I had? No. Like they are finally doing some things on the Pump Fun side that are making me still be excited, be bullish about what they're trying to build. But I just still have so many questions about like how the hell this is all going to work, how the streamer coins are going to work. Which of the, like basically the only experiment so far that I'm seeing working still, as I like log in here, I'm going to keep testing things out. For me, the live pods is still just the way. And it's just still a grind of like getting all that up to speed, as you guys know. But like the only experiment that I'm really, really seeing work on Pump Fun right now is Gainsey. And it's just because I think he bought and burned like 100 grand of his token, which is, it's so insane. Like that's so bullish. It's such a Chad move. But there has to be a different way to make streaming on Pump Fun work other than buying hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of your own token. Ow. But that is pretty insane that he's doing that. Like it's awesome to see. I'm just so curious about how the other experiments are doing. But I want to look at some of the Pump Fun stuff. I also want to talk about, there's a really like weird split right now for everyone. I imagine some of you guys are feeling this. If you watch this later, I don't know. Let me know. I think there's some people feeling it where, like I was watching the Thread Guy stream and they were legit debating whether or not we are in a bull or a bear market still. And it's fascinating to hear like him versus Rasmer's opinion on this, because they're both in like such different trades. And I think it just really kind of captures, it really kind of just describes like the state of the market. Like there is legit a group of people that say we're 100% in a bear market. And then there's some people that are like, no, there's no way, like 4-year cycle isn't over. We're going to keep going. Like it's crazy that that's even a debate. Like it should just be unanimous. We're either in a bull market or we're in a bear market. And I kind of want to talk about why that's happening. Because I think it's kind of clear, honestly. I don't think it's like really, I don't think it's a debate. I think you can look at the numbers and like definitively say they do. But I want to look at the Pump Fun stuff for everyone that's in here. All right, let me pull this up. So, because that's what matters the most, right, for this stream right now, is I'm still trying to figure out how the hell this is all going to work. I still, for me, the big picture is still have this as a stream that goes to Twitter, as a weekly show or a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, guests on Tuesday, Thursday. And it's just going to take me some time to like build a number of episodes to get there. Finally, actually, the Spotify show is working, which is nice. We're back on Spotify. Let me see if I can pull it up. I finally got this after like fighting with them for forever, which is nice. I didn't want to lose my show. We have millions of downloads, hundreds of reviews. So they finally fixed that. But everything else with the show is just going to take time. Like I want to do a prediction market show. I need to be doing the live podcast. Like there's just so many things that are taking me longer than I want to get up to speed. And also just me like getting back in the mix of everything, knowing what's happening. But I still think one of the biggest things for this stream and for anyone that's doing pump fund streams, which is still such like a new category, and we just haven't really seen what works, to be honest. And the platform itself is like, it's just, there's things that I love about it. There's things that I think are super cool, but there's also some things where it's very questionable. And like, how the hell can you grow it? Like, if the only way is to tweet every single day, like, hey, I'm going live right here and hope people buy the token just because you pumped it out, it still feels like it needs to have like, it needs to be more of like a social platform where people can actually, if I go live here, you get notified and people can actually tune in. And I think that they will build that eventually, but we're still not there yet. But I do want to look at the pump fund news, right? Because this was like equally some of the most bullish news and really, really cool to see. And then at the same time, this was like kind of insane. Like kind of like, what the hell's going on? Did you guys see it? So Pump Fund announces they just acquired or basically bought this, which is a trading platform. This is super bullish for Pump Fund, here's the other insane part about this for Pump Fund, right? If you were to like put pros versus cons of this, Pump Fund as a platform, it is wild that right now, yes, Bitcoin's at 100K, but altcoins are just absolutely crushed. And they've basically been going down since 2021. It's not since the past 6 months. Altcoins have been getting crushed for like 3 or 4 years. On-chain and meme coins have been dying for at least like 6 to 9 months. And despite that, Pump Fund still has enough money that they can be like buying platforms, scaling, doing all that. And so like this is really cool that they're almost building like, Pump Fund is almost becoming like its own chain. I know it's still an app on Solana, but it now has its own trading platform. It is a streaming platform. Like it's building its own entire ecosystem, which is crazy bullish for Pump Fund. This news was really, really cool to see. Right? This news is really, really cool to see. Also because it's going to drive more and more revenue to Pump Fund. Like they're just going to continue to be a money-making machine. And I think they're going to keep being able to grow this streaming platform and hopefully making this exciting. But there was kind of like one really insane piece of news about this. They tweeted this out. They tweeted this. Pump Fund made this announcement about Padre. And then they said that the Padre token has no more use case. Let me see if I have this bookmarked. This was like equally bullish and just the most insane thing I've ever seen. Let's see if I can find this thing. Look at this. So this is such cool. Like this is so cool for meme coins when Pump Fund does their airdrop. If volume ever does come back to meme coins like ICM, all that. This is huge. But this last bullet point is maybe the most insane announcement we've seen in crypto from a big company in so long. Like this is, I don't know. This was like a massive L. I'll give you a comparison. Imagine if you're holding Pump Fund and they got bought by Binance or Coinbase or, Elon Musk. He's like, I'm going to buy Pump Fund. Streaming will happen on Twitter. And then he tweets out and says, the Pump Fund token has no utility and no further plans. Like, that's like, bro. One of the biggest projects in the space just hard rugged their token. Like I'm struggling to understand. It's really, really insane. It's really insane. All that being said, it's massively bullish for Pump Fund, but I really don't even know how to take that. Like I don't have the Padre token, so I guess it doesn't bother me so much, but imagine if Pump Fund got bought by Binance or Coinbase or someone cute like Kick or Twitch. They buy them and they say, all right, we're going to buy it. We're going to make this platform huge, but the token is worthless now. like it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what I think about that. Here is one thing though that is keeping me excited about Pump and what's happening here. It does look like all the reasons that I'm still like, I really hope that they make a bigger push into making the streaming platform like you can find my stream, you can find when other people go live. You don't have to rely on just pumping it through your Twitter. Is it does look like they are 100% building this out. This is like affiliated with Pump Fun. It looks like they're making a serious push into like ways you can launch legit projects from Pump Fun. So they are going to keep trying to build this out, make these streams work, make legit projects, ICM work here. This is kind of like, this is the announcement that's still giving me hope, but I have no idea what to think of the Padre stuff. Like they just hard rugged, but at the same time, they're still launching super bullish news. So it's a weird time, I think, for Pump. It's a really weird time. Meme coins are dead. They still have so much money and they still have an airdrop. So like they have that in their back pocket, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's still, it doesn't change my view at all in general on Pump and streaming, but like, that's crazy. That's a hard rug. That's really crazy. The other thing that I thought was interesting, right? So I was watching the Thread Guy stream and it's him and Rasmer. And they were debating whether or not we're in a bull or a bear still. Right? Like they were covering, what's Bitcoin doing? What are altcoins doing? And this is like a legit debate they're having. Both made good points. I think that what's honestly happening here is this is like the best summary of the state of coins right now. And this setup, like for crypto, if you're, let's say you have some Bitcoin, you have small coins, whatever else, I think everyone feels it, especially today, is it feels like there is not a single person trading altcoins or buying altcoins, which is basically the industry, right? Like I know Bitcoin is a big thing, but like all of crypto Twitter and the entire industry basically runs on altcoins. That's what trading volume is. That's what all these projects, like when altcoins aren't doing good, activity just dies. And right now, Moon Overlord said it's basically just one large farming operation. Like you basically have, there's two ways that things are happening right now. One is airdrop farming. And so you're just trying to find new projects, which I think makes a ton of sense to be doing right now. Like it's probably the only thing worth doing if you're spending your time on altcoins or spending your time on Twitter, is like looking for new projects that are yet to launch that are going to give you a token. It's like it's legitimately the only thing to be doing. And then outside of that, it's getting into projects before they launch through ICOs, which are cool that we have ICOs again, that we can actually do ICOs again. But here's the thing with both those, right? So we have like still 3 or 4 big launches that'll probably happen at the end of the year. You have Pump Fun, you have Monad, you have Mega ETH, you had Limitless last week. But here's what's happening with all of those, right? Like if you get into the ICO, that's bullish, right? You're going to be able to cash out for a nice 2x or a 10x or whatever it is, right? You made money. If you get into a good airdrop, you made money, right? You spent some time, you found the project, you farmed it, whatever. So if you airdrop farm, or if you get in the ICO, you make money. Here's the issue, is this is exactly what 2018 was like, where basically the entire